So why is the plug socket upside down?
Because it was put in upside down.
Why?
I don't know.
Were they drunk? Welcome back to the channel.
Hello!
Hello. We're doing some tests today.
Testing the waters. Testing the waters.
Always should test the waters.
When you set up a new marine tank, okay, one of the biggest things that people are going to tell you is you need to test through the cycle to make sure that the tank cycles properly.
Of course.
So what we do, we have 3 test kits usually. Depending on how experienced you are, you might only use one of these to start going through, but to be fair, we just kind of do 3.
You can also get those little ammonia monitors that you tend to use in quarantine.
The C-Chem ones.
Yeah.
One of
Have you got
these.
one? Yeah,
ammonia alert.
There you go.
They're cool.
Alert. Which would
There we go.
tell you that the first thing you want to test
Is ammonia.
is ammonia. And we have gone with Salifert test kits for this. Why have we gone with Salifert? Because we've got a choice in the shop, by the way.
There's so many different brands of test kits out there from A to Z.
Yes.
Most people and most shops will do Salifert, they'll do Nios, they'll do Red Sea. There's loads of them. But by far and away the most prevalent are probably the Salifert.
Yeah.
Are they the most accurate? Not necessarily, but they provide accuracy up to a decent level, which is great, and they're easy to use.
The problem is as well, you can interpret it any colour that you want with these. So when I'm doing nitrate tests, and still to this day, I will always go with the lower colour. Yeah, it's that colour. It's more baby pink than it is purple pink.
We get them sent all the time. Like, people will be literally doing these tests, and they'll go, "Oh, what do you think that is?" And I'm like, 100, 150, 10? I don't know. Yeah, okay, so it depends on your eye. So there are other test kits out there as well, like the Hannahs, but it depends what accuracy you want to go for. But we keep it simple, stupid.
Yes. Ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. This will be, you probably want to buy a couple of boxes of this because you won't really need to buy any more of these once you've got through the cycle.
You'll use these for probably about a week, and then they'll never ever come out ever again, guys. So ammonia. Your cycle's going to go through, and you're going to test the ammonia.
Put these down,
Okay, so ammonia is the first one. So Stefan is going to show you how to test ammonia.
I am.
On this video.
I am, yeah. We've already tested the tank here.
Yep.
But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take some samples of water and I'm going to talk through the testing process, because it can be a bit confusing when you're first testing, using these test kits, with the drips, and certainly like measuring the syringes, because you've got to leave a little bit of air bubble at the top. So, did you know that?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yes, I do it every day.
Do you test water anymore?
We do, yeah.
I have the minions for that.
I'll talk you through that. I want to go in a little bit more detail. So, testing the waters. Firstly, for any eagle-eyed viewers, you will notice that the nano is very, very, very murky. That's for another video that I'm working on at the moment, so please do not be concerned with why the tank is in that state. So we have the ammonia, nitrite, nitrate in order of the cycle, which you should expect to see first in the tank as it transitions to becoming ready for fish and coral. I have my sample of water from the box, the cube. I'm not quite sure what we're calling our tank at the moment, but anyway, there we go. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start by testing for ammonia. So inside the box, you have your instructions and your colour comparison chart, which is the most important part of the test. Instructions. So for this one, it says add 2 ml syringe with 2 ml of water, so we know we're looking at 2 ml. You've also got in the box your NH3 solution, your solution syringe, and your, bear with me, and your water syringe, and your test file, which I've just rinsed because it needed to be fresh for this. It was a little bit dirty. So that's everything that's in the box. So going through the instructions, really, really self-explanatory. Excuse me, out the way. 2 ml of water from the 2 ml syringe. So let's grab that now. 2 ml there. So we'll add this to there. So fill the 1 ml syringe with 1 ml of NH3, which is this. Just go through the instructions to see what we do next. So we add 0.5 to the test vial, and swirl gently for 30 seconds. Add the remaining 0.5 and swirl gently for 10 seconds. And then we let it stand for 3 minutes. So that's really simple. So all we're doing is adding half of this, swirling, adding the other half, and then waiting 3 minutes. So let's get that to the 1 ml. There we go. 1 ml of solution. So we're going to put 0.5 in there, so down to the 5. We'll give it a swirl for 30 seconds. Okay, and now we add the remaining 0.5. Like so. Okay, so now we're going to give it a swirl, 10 seconds. 10, and we're good. So now we want to set a timer for 3 minutes. So as we're waiting on the 3 minutes, what we can do is put that to one side. Just clear up the stuff from this test kit now. And we can prepare the nitrite and nitrate. So let's just have a quick look at the instructions before we finish. Again, you leave it for 3 minutes, swirl it again for 5 seconds, and then you hold the vial in front of the chart, which is here, and look through the side, obviously, to compare the colour. Again, this is where it gets tricky because you can technically see there's not much variation in these three. And some tests, obviously, that call for you to require 0 of something, you know, 0.25 could be a problem. But anyway, we'll go through that when the time comes. So we've got another 2 minutes, so let's crack on. So that's all you need to test the nitrite. So this one calls for 1 ml of water and 1 level spoon and 12 to 20 seconds. So we could probably do that before we then compare the colour. So let's get 1 ml from here. There we go. So 1 ml. I kind of get the spoon just on the side. There you go. Add that in there. Swirl for 30 seconds. Okay, so 20 seconds, done. We're going to leave that now for 3 minutes, so let's reset the timer, which is now just over 3. Let's reset it, and we've got another one running now for 3 minutes. So here we are now testing ammonia. This is what I was saying in the other video, how you can see this could be either of these, and that depends on a number of things. The light that you're using, you know, I'm using quite a warm torchlight here, which is given a slightly yellow tone, so I could be quite worried about this sitting between these two. You know, you know it's not the darker numbers, but what we've done is fortunately we've managed to test this with our digital kit as well, which has said that this is the ammonia is undetectable. I'm not getting any ammonia in the tank, and I want to see if there is any nitrite. So moving on to the nitrite, instructions here call for you to place the test on top of the chart. Well, we will do that, but there's absolutely 0 colour to that. Apologies for the lighting, but you can see there is absolutely 0 colour in there. I know we're good now, and we should have some nitrate in the system. Make sure you discard these and give them a good rinse after you've used them. So nitrate, the last test that we're going to test, and the test that we're going to test most regularly, is nitrate. Again, same thing, instructions, colour monitoring chart. In here, however, you have a NO3-2 and your NO3-1. You have a spoon, you have the syringe, and a vial. This is one thing you're going to test regularly. I don't really test my water these days much anymore, especially in the main tank, because I've had the tank for so much time that I've got used to the test readings being the same. It's worth noting though that I will test the water when I add any livestock. I will test the water before I add any specific coral, just to make sure that I know exactly where I'm at. Obviously regularly doing ICP tests as well. So nitrate. Again, simple instructions, 1 ml, 4 drops of NO3 and 1 level scoop. So let's get the water in there first. So we're going to get 1 ml from in here. Again, fill this up. You will get some air bubbles in it. It's not majorly important that you get the air out, but you know, accuracy is key for me. Then we'll get that down to 1 ml. Perfect. Add it to here. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful not to overdrop because that will impact the test. NO3, 2. So you add 1 scoop, 1 level scoop. So compress this powder against the inner side of the powder container, and then you swirl gently for 30 seconds, leave to stand for 3 minutes. You want to get your spoonful inside, compress it like this, and that should be just about level. There you go. Add that. There you go. Give it a swirl for 30 seconds.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So we're going to leave that now for 3 minutes. Let's go for 3 minutes. We've got to get some colour on this, so this is going to be the one that we're going to focus mostly on. As I said before, this one here is it really is in the eye of the beholder, because you can see on the top row that there isn't much there, and your eye, you know, you could see it being 5 or 2, you could see it being 10 or 5. For me, you can see it being 25 or 50, depending on what you want to see. These tests are really, really good, especially when you're starting out. You know, they're really affordable. You get a good amount of tests per kit, but depending on sort of how, you know, how important your readings are to the stock that you keep, particularly the higher end SPS corals, you're going to want to get that really dialed in, and sometimes that does require a more advanced testing system. So yeah, we're at 3 minutes. The test then says, place the test vial on the white part of the colour chart and compare colours looking from the top. Okay, so let's get the camera in position and we're going to look down from the top. So I've took it to where the natural light is. It's a very, very, very dark overcast day as well, so that doesn't help. I'm looking at this, and you really could read this anything from 2 to 10, but I would probably say that from my eye, this looks to be 5. So 5 is good, certainly for where we're at in our journey. 5 is okay. We've got no ammonia, we've got no nitrite, and we've got a good reading of nitrate. So we know we're ready for coral, and we're going to start by adding something really simple to the tank. So we're going to go back into the shop, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what's next for us. I hope this has helped. These Salifert kits are great, but you can see accuracy-wise, depending on what your system calls for, you may need to look at something a little bit more advanced. However, this is kind of the standard form of testing water. I hope you found this useful. This is something you're going to do regularly in the early days, and you should do regularly throughout your reefing journey. Depending on what you're keeping, if you're keeping a mostly SPS dominated system, you're going to want to test this more frequently and probably more accurately, so maybe the Salifert test kits aren't for you. However, a good rounded test kit, and I hope this has helped some of you in knowing how to sort of go about testing your water. So yeah, let's go back to the shop and see what's next. We have tested our water and we're happy to report that
Everything is good.
the cycle is done. So we're going to add our very first coral.
Coral.
The tank is ready for probably a good round. Ooh, look at that beast. Is that him?
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, we're just recording. He's just seen an emerald crab the size of my palm.
It's absolutely
in the
huge.
coral
I'll
table.
try and get a shot of him before when we finish filming. He's massive.
Yeah, I'm just hoping he's not eating me corals. We are ready for a coral.
Yes. Something
Okay.
simple, softy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you don't go and stick a load of SPS coral in to a tank like this that's only just cycled. What we need to do is, earlier on in the week, I put a bit of clean-up crew in because we started getting diatoms and stuff on the sandbed,
Yep.
which is all part of the cycle and the ugly stage.
How many chromies have we got in there? 5?
5, yep.
5 chromies.
My little chromies.
We've got 6 chromies, you fibber. There's 6.
Well, I didn't remember putting the 6th one in. They must have bred. There's many tester corals you can put in. Personally, for me, when I'm advising customers, I'll say something that's easy, like a softie of some description. You can look at something like a zoa, you can look at mushroom, you can look at something. I mean, the problem is with toadstools, because a lot of people think toadstools are an easy coral to keep. They sulk quite a lot, so you're
and
not
you'll never
gonna
get the polyps, yeah.
You don't get the polyps, so there's no point in putting something like that into the tank to start with. A zoa is a really good indicator, and a nice hardy zoa is something that would be great, to put in. So,
But I mean, I've got loads of Ultra Chaos That could have brought.
You will, but do you know what? I know people that can't keep up with chaos.
Really?
Yeah, for nothing. They just melt, yeah? But when you're looking at Zoas, just get a nice, decent Zoa from your LFS, yeah, and just put it into the tank, and if it opens, guess what? We can then go on to testing for your other coral parameters
Right,
as well.
okay. So let's go for a Zoa.
I shall grab a Zoa.
Let's go for a Zoa.
I have just taken this Zoa out of the coral dip.
Perfect.
Yep, okay, so we always dip our Zoas to make sure.
Have you got any of the coral dip that we used, Andy?
Yeah, Dipex.
Use the
that's all.
Dipex, Red Sea Dipex.
So it's just Dipex over there. So basically, everything's on there. This would usually kill any nasties that are on there. These have come out of the coral table at Radical Aquatics. They're all pretty safe. Yep, so all we do is, I'm just going to put that into the tank like so.
Are we going ground? Yep.
No, I'm just going onto the ground to start with, and I'm going to leave it there.
Yep.
And just leave it literally there till tomorrow, and it should open up nicely.
Is it a
and if
raster?
it opens up, it's a raster Zoa that with plenty of heads on.
Nice,
and then what I'll do is I'll place that to wherever I think's appropriate in the tank. Zoa's usually like lower to medium, yeah, and plenty of spaces for them to grow out, obviously.
And I would recommend isolating the Zoa, unless you're going to do in the garden.
A lot of you will probably want something like pulsing xenia.
Or
GSP and stuff like this, and it's like isolate on its own rock because they like to spread them out. There's nothing else that I really need to do this week. Again, nothing ever happens quick in this hobby.
No.
You're going to do a video.
Yes, this
on
weekend.
Two of the real reef rock boxes that we've just got in, which are the nano box and the mixed reef box. Yeah, which are stunning.
They look amazing.
And you can have a play around with scaping on them, and we might even do a little competition with that.
I think we should.
I don't mind doing a competition.
Let's do a competition. We'll create some scape, and I'll get the kids involved this weekend. We'll get a really good piece, and we'll give it away. And all you've got to do is come to Radical to collect it. If you win the competition, you can come to Radical, pick it up from Andy.
What if they live in the middle of, I don't know, America?
Andy will ship it to you because that's his area of expertise.
Oh, is that Elon Musk? Yeah, I need to send some real reef rock to somebody on Mars. Yeah, thanks, mate.
To mention, this time next month, literally this time next month, we'll be at the ALF trade show. So that'll be really cool.
ALF are a massive wholesaler within the UK, and we are doing some socials for it, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you are. I'm going to be getting drunk.
Andy's getting drunk. I'm going down.
Finished! It's nearly Christmas. It's Christmas time.
Thanks for watching. Andy's a guitarist, not a vocalist.
Give us a like.
Give us a subscribe. Give us a subscribe. And don't forget,
there's plenty more sea.
There's plenty more sea in the fish. Yes!